Hi, I'm Kerry Blaser Bizaglo, Mary Magdalene's soul. Today I'm here with a teaching about love thy enemy and the concessions needed for that to happen by Israel, America, China, and Islam. Those are the four pillars that if we can erect these four pillars, then we can create together what I'm calling wisdom of peace. So let's start with Israel. My last name is Israeli. I've lived in Israel. My children, I have 3 grown children, are half Israeli. Buzaglo is a Middle Eastern Jewish last name. They have been discriminated against by the Jewish ruling class, which is what I'm going to address with Israel. The Jewish ruling class, I would say, these days, because Mary Magdalene was, her husband, Jesus, Yeshua, was killed in front of her on Shabbat when Yeshua should have been reading the Woman of Valor poem and celebrating her femininity and how courageous and how much valor she has, but instead they were killing her husband in front of her. Jews participated in that, okay? The Jewish ruling class. I'm talking about the Ashkenazi Jews. I'm talking about AIPAC, AIPAC, the biggest lobby in the American government. Okay, that everyone's complaining about the Jews. Well, Islam has a valid complaint against the Jews as well, as do I from past lives and current lives. I know what my ex-husband's been through as a Buzaglo. I know the discrimination against Buzaglos. His great-grandfather was the top Sephardic rabbi in Haifa. Why is he secular? Oh, let's get into that. The Orthodox Jews. The blacks, the Schwarzim. Schwarz in German means black. Im in Hebrew means plural. So in Yiddish, also in Hebrew, they call them the Schwarzim. Why do they make themselves special? They're busy praying. They're religious. They don't go to war. Why can they do that? Because it's practically programmed in their DNA to follow their rabbi without question. And that is the history of Ashkenazi Jews in Europe. Very insular communities, can't get in, lots of internal control. Buzaglos were in Spain. Okay, a lot more open, a lot more philosophical, talking to other religions, less insular. So the Ashkenazi Jews claimed religious superiority because of their insular nature and we're in control. And we know when we talk to God and we're the chosen ones, we fucking know. So our kids don't have to go to the slaughter in the IDF. That's just one example. I don't know all of their shenanigans, but I bet the Islamic countries do. Why do you think in Islam it says that their prophet will only come after all Jews are killed? Maybe they have some problems in their history with Jews as well, as many other people have. So maybe one concession that Israel can make is we're not going to let the rabbi hive, like the beehive and all the bullshit and all the controlling behaviors, including by AIPAC, controlling inside of Israel and outside of Israel, we're going to stop that. Those people are going to war. They are like everyone else. We understand as Israel, as Bibi Netanyahu, we have a problem with our Jewish ruling class, political and religious. And in the Middle East, you can't separate politics and religion. I know, I have a master's degree in East Asian religious studies from UCSB. And I studied under Professor Richard Hecht, who's like top scholar on Middle East. Okay, so Israel can concede that point to start. Oh, what can America concede? Oh, America allows lobbyists like AIPAC to run crazy. Maybe if we got rid of the lobbyists, we get rid of that kind of overarching Jewish authority control bullshit that the whole world is done with. We're fucking done. And all those protests, the people aren't happy. Oh, we got the peace deal, but there's still protesting. Yes, it's in the energy. Jews, the Jewish ruling class, has major things to solve, which Islam's been pointing out for 1,000 years? Let's listen. They have a point. They ain't perfect, but if Islam, I don't know who owns Islam. I'm not knowledgeable at Islam. I speak Chinese, okay? But if the Middle East, like I don't know if it's Saudi, I don't know if it's UAE, I don't know who it is, can lead the concession that they're going to take kill all Jews out of their text. But it starts with Israel. And they want to be the chosen ones, means they're the fucking model. Means you got to get it together first so everybody else can get it together. Stop playing the victim here like you don't have your own fucking problems to solve. And I can call it out because I lived it in multiple lifetimes. The ruling class Jews are a problem. Charlie Kirk, okay? Problem. So now we know what the Jews can do. And this is just a start. And that Islam can do. And America can take care of the lobbyists, especially AIPAC. Enough. Let's do our part for world peace so we don't have another nuclear bomb killing people in a crazy way. I mean, we're souls having a human experience. We're divine beings, and we can't do better than the atomic bomb? We're that obtuse? We're that stupid? Dafugima. Okay? Enough already. Now let's talk about China. We think we could just ignore China. I mean, history, culture, language, technology, wisdom, on a scale that is uncomparable. And if China can concede by asking for help, they have tried to mix oil and water. And I speak to Xi Soul all the time in my more fundamental Chinese, but that opens his heart and that works for us. Because I can explain in my simple Chinese how oil, communism, and water, capitalism, is just never going to go. Like that it's as they see, okay? So if world leaders can start making concessions so that we don't have to kill more people because we have our problems. Israel, your Jewish ruling class is a problem. They need to serve in the military and need to stop giving them so much control in the Knesset. Enough already. Cut their voting block. Islam, take it out of your text to kill all Jews because this thing in the Middle East will continue to get fueled until that happens. China, admit you need help. America, stop the lobbyists. Imagine how much change and positivity we could bring to the world with those 4 changes. How much war we could stop. How many more women would want to give birth. Why do you think we're having a population collapse? I mean, I define the patriarchy as this. The patriarchy is like a Boy Scout camporee with no women. Lack of wisdom. That's when fingers get blown off and people get hurt and we lose kids because of the lack of wisdom. Even 10% wisdom stops the Darwin Award, which men win when women aren't involved. And there's a lot of Darwin Award going around over the past 2,000 years with a nuclear bomb being at the top. Okay? Darwin fucking Award. And what happens with women? We see that on Survivor. They can't fend for themselves. Why? They're so busy being fair and worrying about everybody's emotions. And they don't organize into a hierarchy. Now, if I were there, sure, there'd be a hierarchy, but I'm a rare woman. Okay? I'm rare. But I shouldn't be. I'm not different than anybody else. The only difference is my soul is more advanced. The skills that I have, everyone has. You're just not there yet as souls having a human experience. So I'd appreciate, leave your comments. Let's have this discussion. How are we going to learn to love thy enemy in a way that produces positive change? We all have to make concessions. No one is right. No one is wrong. We're all wrong. We're all right. Okay? We have to do it together. All right. Please like and subscribe. Take care. Bye.